Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to Factorio with Bob's mods and stuff. So, we are starting up our robot production area. And we're just wondering about what are the absolute necessities for this before we can expand it even more. And we probably should set up circuit board production up here. And for that we need baric chloride solution. And we do have that on the bus, so we could just bring that over, I guess. Unless we want to actually produce that here as well. How do we make chlorine? Here. Salt and pure water. Should we set up an area up here where we barrel every fluid that we make? That does sound like an okay idea, I guess. At least for now. Let's make some more roboports first. Need more red circuits. And more iron. Let's just put down a few of the roboports down here when we're done with them, and then use the rest up top. The closer I get the roboports to the direct line between for the robots, the shorter amount of time they will use to travel to the roboports, so that should optimize this a bit. All of our logistic robots are still occupied with resource handling, so we are needing all the small advantages we can get here if we want all of this to produce continuously. Something like this should very soon stop producing though, so that isn't the biggest problem. And as soon as this research is done, should have more effective robots, so maybe, just maybe, we have enough by then. Of course we'll just continue putting everything into the system. These robots are quite power hungry though, so we'll have to keep an eye on our power production while doing all this. There we go. They can carry twice the amount now, which is great. So maybe we should even start looking into logistic robot 2s. See if we can get those soon. So we do need aluminium processing for that. But we have everything else for the frames at least. What about the actual logistic robots? Brains and tools. So we also need brass for brass gear wheels. Well, We won't be making that right now, I guess. Maybe something like logistics slots. Can request items to ourselves. That sounds like a good idea. So, what is one of the first things we should make up here? I don't want to barrel water, because we can just put down a pump for that. And actually we should be producing some of those. Yellow circuits. I guess we should also be producing our chemical plants. How many chemical plants will we actually be able to make? And 2, 3, and 4 apparently. Let's just be sure. Yeah, nothing after this. Chemical plant 4. So let's start the production of that as well. Oh, we're starting to have some things that we are backed up on. And actually I want more adjustable inserters. Is that not available yet? Inserters 2 requires aluminium processing apparently, and logistics 3 and cobalt processing. So we'll probably research these, because as soon as I can make even more rotation stuff, I can actually make these rotate from this corner to this chest, and that makes a whole, or the inserters, a lot more effective. So right now the outputting inserter here can't keep up with all of these. Yeah, it can't. Let's just also research trash slots. This should make chemical plants. So all of our robots are still active. Let's just see, what do we want to produce first? If I need ferric chloride solution, I need hydrogen chloride. For that I need chlorine and hydrogen, which is made in an electrolyzer, I believe. Here. Chlorine, hydrogen, and sodium hydroxide as an byproduct. For this we need pure water and salt. What if we'll need an input and an output? Sometimes we'll need 2 inputs, so let's make space for that. Salt, what How do we make salt? Again. Water in a chemical furnace. Let's do that first, as our first line here. Let's just get rid of some of this junk that we don't need anymore. Okay. No more chemical furnaces is needed. And we need a water pump. We have one here. We also have better water pumps. Sort of want to put this down outside of the processing area. So these will need an input and an output. No, input fluid and a solid output. So we can simply, well, okay, let's also automate pipe production. Pipe, please. Let's go steal some pipe, because we pretty much need it right now. And let's work towards the robot frames too, or was there something else we need right now? Aluminum processing was used for what? I think that was just for this, right? Is that what I wanted right now? Oh, and just adjustable inserters, of course. These do not need longer inserters. We don't really need express inserters right now, but we do need everything for this. Pipe. All of our robots are still working. Put a water pump down out here. And we need fuel, of course. Put a fuel. And an output. So something like this. Pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off. And of course there's no space for power for this. Which is honestly a bit annoying, but we'll just have to deal with it. Request coal. Coal. There we are. No need for 200 of these. Let's keep it at 10. Let's just grab some right now. Get that in there. Should go and get some more requester and provider chests. Guess we'll just take these as well. And now our logistic robots are actually starting to take breaks. That's nice. Oh, we are producing a lot of salt. Maybe we do not need this much at all. Let's scale it down a bit actually. Okay, so we have salt. Can then make exactly this with a pure water line and chlorine and hydrogen output. So how much space do we want between these? Should we just put down the pure water here? I guess we could. Pure water please. And where is this made? In electrolyzers, okay. It both needs the pure water and solid input. These should definitely be limited. Okay, so that should get... Actually we also have an output for these. That sucks quite a bit. How do we make that work? Need one space between them anyway. But this does not make more room for anything really. I guess we could just put the output in here. Actually, let's not limit this right now, as it is junk for us for now. And we don't want it to back up, bottleneck the system. So we have chlorine and we have hydrogen. And we do have it in the ratios we need, actually. So should we just every 2 seconds get... This should use everything from it, so let's just put it directly into the next building as we did earlier. And let's go grab some more chemical plants. Aluminium processing, it's done. Then we just need this. And we have hydrogen chloride. Which can then be used for this. But it is also used for other stuff, right? Chloride. For tungstic acid. That sounds stupid. And for calcium chloride, of course. And calcium chloride was used for something else. Or silicon, of course. Okay. So let's barrel this up, I think. That sounds like a good idea right now, at least. These setups will not be nearly as clean as I'm used to, but that's Bob's mods for you, I guess. I mean, we could also just barrel everything in between here. We do need the hydrogen for other stuff. We probably also need the chlorine. Chlorine. Yeah, for gold plates apparently. Let's just go with this for now. We can put other stuff in here then. So we could just pipe this down. Put these up. How is that? Input, output. Barrel hydrochloric acid. Where does one do such a thing? Probably with a pump and not with these. Let's just search for it. Oh, apparently we cannot put this into bottles or whatever. But we need to research that first. So we can do this with a compressor in an assembly machine, okay. Let's get that researched. Because that is pretty important if we want to do all of this bottling stuff. Bottling and barreling. This does also mean that we need a setup for barrels and bottles for now. Maybe also for canisters, but let's wait out on that. So why can I fill petroleum gas bottles if I can't fill other bottles? I can't even make the bottles yet, I guess. Come on, research, get done, please. All of our research is backed up, so we could just add more. research labs down here. That would speed everything up quite a bit, but let's not worry about it too much right now. I need bottles. Where are bottles? Bottles, bottles, bottles. Gas bottle. So how much can be in a bottle? 50. That is not a lot. Hopefully we can stack those quite in large stacks. We should get our inserters now. And we should probably replace these with air compressors. Or whatever they're called. Compressors just. And one should probably be enough. So let's just get an input and an yeah. So the input is empty barrels and the output is filled barrels. And power it. So what should we get next? Advanced level 2 robotics, I guess. What should we level up with? I think reach distance is the most important one right now. So request bottles. This can make 5 a second, so that would be 250. And we only make 50 a second, so this should be more than enough. Okay. And I turned this the wrong way. There we go. So only 10 bottles, we can only have 500 stack. 500 chlorine acid. Hydrogen. Hydrogen chloride, sorry. It's 2500. Should, yeah, let's just get a lot more than that, I guess. Why do we have hydrogen that we have chlorine? That's a bit weird to me. Oh, I guess it was just because we had different length of pipe before building these instead. This is producing non-stop. At a faster crafting? No, at a slower crafting speed. That's why it's slower than this. Okay. Can we get electrolyzers too? And they're crafting too fast, of course. Great. That's stupid. But we have hydrogen chlorine. But unfortunately, that's all we got time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.